So like what we've been talking about, the difference between a keyboard player and a piano player or a pianist are all the different things that a keyboard does. And one of the things that I want to sort of really highlight is that, you know, for good or bad, better, worse, like it or not, we, the keyboard players, are always called upon to play the extra parts. Oh, can you play the horn lines on your horn patch, or can you play the string lines on a string sound? Can you play an extra guitar part? Can you play the bass part? Lots of keyboard players, me included, have actually been the bass player in groups, because you can take the left hand and you can play your bass lines and away you go. You can play drum sounds. So that's kind of the neat thing about having a keyboard or workstation that has, you have access to that palette that's of those sounds, you know, all the orchestral sounds, all of the extra sounds that a group would need to perform. So think about it like that. You are the utility person, you know. You can play all the extra parts, the organs and the pianos and the strings and the horns and all that kind of stuff. So I'm babbling, but it's just because I like the sound of my own voice, apparently. So anyway, hopefully these series of tapes, videos will show my age, for one thing. Will show you just how that works, why it works, and how to do some of the things. So here we go. Next example, we are going to play some horns. Alright, so what I mentioned, we're going to be doing some horn parts. We'll start off with the saxophone, tenor saxophone specifically, because it's very common in popular music, and they get a lot of solos in some of the songs, so, you know, why let all the guitar players have all the fun? So it gives us a chance to do some of the riffs. I'll do a couple of little popular riffs from some songs. I'll do the lick from Huey Lewis and the News, I Want a New Drug, and we'll do a little part from the Billy Joel song, Still Rock and Roll to Me. We'll be using my breath controller because, of course, you have to be expressive, and so we'll be using that, as we talked about in an earlier video, for the amplitude and the expression, and then the keys will generate the pitches. All right, here we go. Now I've actually used an XY pad that I can actually do some vibrato as opposed to LFO vibrato. Watch this. Which is much more realistic, because an LFO, as you know, a low frequency oscillator, is more robotic. Listen to this. Not very natural, not very human, but this would be. See how you can do that? With it, my mouth. See how that works, where you can use the vibrato as you would if you were singing. And that's what I always like to tell my students. Everything you're singing, everything is your voice. Whether it's the keyboard is your voice, or your guitar is your voice, or your singing is your voice. Be expressive, and so you use your vibrato like a singer would use your vibrato. Or you can start it light, you can start it heavy, you can build it, you can swell it, all these different things. All right, next we're going to be showing you how to use the mod wheels, and for a lot more than just modulation.